Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is RandoGEEK. We're going to talk about what's been going on with Verizon. I'll drop this link for you below in the description. It is very interesting. You guys can check it out if you like. We're going to reference some of the key points here. It's coming from Android Authority. So the big thing here with Verizon is they're turning a lot of customers away with the changes that have been happening. They've raised some prices on legacy plans. They've started, I think, they're going to start increasing prices on tablets coming September 1st, I believe it is. They're starting to add additional fees, and customers are just not happy with it. So I guess there was some votage that was done here, and it doesn't look good. Basically, the results here, based on what customers are voting against, it's just not good. So Verizon is apparently in the news for losing 51,000 postpaid subscribers. This was between April and June of 2025, then doubling down by removing loyalty discounts and driving up bills. Ironically, they're saying Verizon recently gave away some free concert tickets, gift cards, branded freebies, and more. And this, of course, they're trying to offset or make the customers that are still with them happy, right? So they're trying to undo some of the damage that they've caused for their existing customers, the ones that have chosen to stay, maybe because they're committed to the lines, because they have many people on it, and it's not that easy for them to break away, right? So if they have 6-7 people on lines, maybe some of these people use their phone for business, maybe they're doctors or lawyers, and maybe they don't want to switch service. Maybe the Verizon network seems to work best for them where they work, where they do business, where they live. So even though they can't stand Verizon, maybe they can't agree with the price hikes and the way the company's running itself these days, they're probably staying regardless, but many of them are choosing to bounce, right? And who are they going with? Competitors. They're either going to MVNOs like Visible, Total, Straight Talk, any one of those companies, US Mobile, or they're going to at&t, who might just have as good service, or maybe it's T-Mobile for them that has the better service. And maybe they're not going to one of the postpaid plans. Maybe they're going to Metro. Maybe they're going to US Mobile. Maybe they're going to Mint Mobile or Cricket if it's at&t, right? So who knows? But the thing is here, Verizon is certainly starting to feel the wrath of these customers that are upset. And I think, it's interesting. It says that they received over 1,400 votes on their survey, and almost 900 of these votes, which is 64%, are from users moving out of Verizon because of the bill increase. So basically, they're unhappy with prices going up on legacy plans. They're unhappy with prices going up on their postpaid and prepaid plans. And I think, as I've said a number of times, and maybe many of you agree with me, postpaid is good. It's especially good when you add lines, right? But MVNOs are actually getting really good. So good that the discounts or deals you're getting from multi-lines are not even really necessary. If we think about it like this, we use Visible as an example. Visible for the base plan is $20, right? They're always running deals for $20. That means you could have 5 lines for $100. Right? All in, no taxes, no fees. $100 gets you 5 lines. Now, the downside of it is it's not actually one account, right? It's not one account. It's a little annoying to keep track of, right? You would have to create 5 separate logins, 5 separate emails, and set up 5 different payments. Now, you can charge one card on all those accounts, but it's a little annoying to track. However, if you keep a little Excel sheet with the logins and the passwords and all that, it's not the end of the world. But it is inconvenient, right? There's nothing like logging into one account, seeing all your lines, checking all the data usage, and just being able to utilize all that and take care of what needs to be taken care of under one account. There's nothing like that simplicity. But for many, that they don't care about that, they can just get 5 separate lines under 5 different accounts from Visible, pay $20 a month for the Verizon network, and get some great perks. So there's many people that are outsmarting the system this way, and it works for them, and they're happy with it because, let's face it, Visible is offering great service right now, and so is Total, and there's so many ways to get Verizon, and this is probably why many are voting to leave. But what's interesting here is the questions, right, of why they're leaving. So are you shifting out of Verizon because of this price increase? So 10.37% have said that they're not a recent Verizon customer. 8.66% said that they've already switched out of Verizon in the past 6 months. 8.03% say that their bill is not going up, so I guess they're happy and they're staying. 9.09% say, no, my bill is going up, but I am still getting a good deal. So 9% of the people still want to stay with Verizon. And like I said, some of them might be staying because, there's commitments to other people on the lines, or they still feel like they're getting a good deal. Like even with the legacy loyalty plans, if they're going up $3 to $5 per line, maybe you have 5 lines, that's $15 more a month, but maybe you're getting a really good deal. Some of those older plans, customers were able to get perks that are no longer available and deals that you just wouldn't see today. Very big amounts of hotspot, streaming services, and not paying very much for it. So that's why when I talk about increases on some of these older Verizon plans, some of you say that you're still getting a phenomenal deal, that you're not going to leave. Verizon wants you to move up to their newer plans, but many of you are not going to do it because even though your bill is going up, it's still cheaper and makes more sense for you to stay where you are on the current plan because you're getting more value for it. So that's kind of what we're hearing with that. And then 63.85% say, yes, my bill is going up, and they're leaving. Now, there's no mention as to where they're leaving, I don't believe here. But like I said, it's most likely they are going to a competitor, right? One of their own competitors, Visible, Total, or whatever. And Verizon is going to make some money off of this either way because it's still their company. And that is why the big three are doing their best to get their hands. See, before they just used to make money with leasing their towers to smaller MVNO companies, but it wasn't enough, right? Too many people were going to those companies. And if you don't care about phones, what does postpaid service really offer you, right? Like with at&t, T-Mobile, Verizon, what does it really offer you except for maybe some deals on some extra streaming services? And like I said, if you have multiple lines, you can probably save a few dollars here and there. That way it is cheaper. Generally, it has been cheaper on postpaid, but we're seeing that change as well. My example was Visible. Now it's the convenience of getting postpaid and having the lines attached, one login, like I said, inconvenient with going the route of Visible, etc. But I think with US Mobile, you can add multiple lines. I think with them under one login, I might be wrong though. But I know with the same thing with Metro, it's probably, I think you have to have separate logins. So there's just that inconvenience with the MVNO side of adding multi-lines. Doesn't mean it's not possible, doesn't mean it's not doable. It's just not the same feeling, right? But if you're getting a good deal, you're getting good value, and you're saving money, you may not mind that at all. And that is what we're looking at here. We're starting to see changes with carriers. Things are getting more expensive. The threats of tariffs. A lot of customers are actually starting to wise up and buy their phones unlocked, whether it's from Amazon or somewhere else. So if they're not purchasing phones from one of these carriers, they're not making money that way. And even Verizon said in some articles, which I've done videos about, customers are not buying phones like they used to. So there's this fear here of how they're going to capitalize, and that's why they're looking for ways to kind of stack fees and extra charges in other directions and raise plans where they're eligible to, right? Or where they're able to, like on the tablet plans. It's hard for them now to increase their wireless plans because they now have the price lock guarantee. So they don't want to go back on their word. It doesn't mean that they won't if they need to, but I think they're going to try to maintain their loyalty there for the amount of time that they've said they would. But then after that, most likely you will see a spike unless they decide to change it due to a large amount of churn. And they might try to hold on to the customers so that they can, still maintain some kind of profit off of them. But this is kind of what we're looking at with carriers in general. Like the big three, they're going to continue to do what they have to do to maintain profits and to meet their year-end goals. And we'll see more of these types of things earlier in the year, towards the, end of second quarter, beginning of third. We might start to see them be a little kinder to customers, send out personal emails to the loyalty ones, to the loyal customers, and offer some perks and incentives for you to stay, maybe get some other people on the line. And that's kind of how they'll try to lock you in. So this is what they do, right? It's the same rinse and repeat attitude from them every year. But interesting stuff here, I think. You guys can definitely read more of it. That's pretty much the main gist of it, though, is there's some snippets here, I think, about some people saying that they left. So one person here said they bounced a few days ago after 19 consecutive years with Verizon. And then someone else says they haven't left yet, but they will be leaving soon because of the rate increase. What you got to understand is, for some people, it's about the loyalty. It's the disappointment that Verizon is raising prices. For some people, it's enough to leave, right? Some, it actually is hard on the pockets, right? It can hurt some of these customers who are going to be paying $20, $25 more a month. Maybe it really is that tough for them. And some of them just feel like it's not worth it, right? Like they can go to Visible, they can go to Total. They know this, they're aware of it. And those are the customers that will do that. So you have a whole different kind of mixed bowl of customers in there, and you just never know, what kind you're going to get. As always, thank you so much for stopping by and watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.